Hi everybody, and thanks for joining Stamp with Tracy for today's Wow Wednesday on Thursday. Sorry about that, but yesterday was just a little too busy for me to get a Wow Wednesday video done, so I'm doing it on Thursday. Hope I didn't inconvenience anyone. Today we're going to work with scrap pieces of cardstock. I know I save a lot of my strips of cardstock when I cut them off to do certain sizes, and I hate just throwing them away. So there's many different ways of doing it, but today I wanted to show you a really simple one, and this is just a 1-inch piece of cardstock, and I decided to make mine 5.5 inches in length to go right on top of my basic white, my thick basic white card base. Now my card base is a regular standard card base at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So what I did after I put that together and scored it, I don't think you'll be able to see on the video, but I measured in at 2/8 inch because that will be my center point. And I made just a little tick mark there with my scoring tool. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and take what I want for my center piece, and I'm going to be using these 3 pieces of cardstock that originated from the 2023 to 2025 in colors. This is Copper Clay, this one is Wild Wheat, and this one is Pebble Path. Some absolutely gorgeous, subtle, fall type, masculine type colors for the 23 to 25 in colors. So I'm going to do this with my liquid glue because that's what I like to do best. So I have the chance to move it around. So I'm going to lay that down right, finding the center of that little tick mark that I made. And then from top to bottom, if I'm straight, it should be right to the edge of my 5.5 piece. So once I have that center done, it's really easy to do the other 2 pieces. And I will just butt those right up against it and add those. And today we're actually going to stamp right over top of these pieces, right on top of these pieces of cardstock. So there we have our focal point for the center of our card. And I'm going to be using the stamp set Oceanfront, which can be found on page 84, and it's $22 in the current catalog. And I'm going to be using Something Fancy. Something Fancy is a whole bunch of sayings, and I love having sentiments and sayings. And it also coordinates with Something Fancy dies, which gives you all types of different sizes of labels that matches the sizes of these. And you can use them as well with so many other things. So Something Fancy stamp set you can find on page 34, and it sells for $23. And the dies you can find on page 166, and they sell for $28. So I'm going to be using my Memento Black. And I'm going to, first I'm going to stamp using the Oceanfront one of these stones down along the bottom here. And then I have a stone that I cut out of Post-it note. So I'm masking it and I'm stamping another stone. So I will be using that as I put on some grasses that I wanted to add to this. And as you can see, they will be masked behind the stone. Now I'm going to move over and cover this one and do the same thing. So this is a masking technique, and it's very easy with Post-it notes. Of course, my little sticky's not working too well. These are really, really old Post-it notes. So let me get back up here, and now that I'm over to the right of it, I can sort of hold it into place as well. Just put it back in its place. I could do a little bit of my liquid glue and let it dry, and that would make it tacky, and that lasts for a really long time. And just one more. And then I have some little grasses that I actually want to do around the front of the rock, and all of these pieces came from the Oceanfront stamp set. This may not be like an oceanfront theme, but it still works for it. And I'm sort of, my goal for this is to be a masculine card. So there we have the parts that I wanted stamped, and they are stamped right over top on our strips. Then I thought this would be an appropriate card to work for sympathy. So I stamped from the Something Fancy with Deepest Sympathy and used one of their dies. And then I'm going to take some mini dimensionals and add that to the top front. And I just didn't have any of the larger dimensionals right here, which is why I just grabbed these minis. My stamping room is still being used as a bedroom for the summertime, so I don't have all of my supplies right at my hand. I have to go and get them when I start this video, and sometimes I don't always remember everything. So there we have it. And there is a nice and simple, easy card to use up scraps. And here is another one that I did. This one's a little bit more colorful. This one I did using the 22, 24 in colors. And I used the Tahitian Tie, the Sweet Sorbet, and the Starry Sky. I thought they looked really pretty too. And using the different stamps from the Oceanfront stamp set. And this thank you is from the Something Fancy as well. And this was my oval punch that I have. That is still currently in the catalog as well. And I did add a few of the opal round gems to that one. With this being a sympathy card, I don't want to. I do have some black dots. I was debating about whether or not to go ahead maybe and add a few of the pebbled stone dots on there, and I may just do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Put one here. I'll put a very small one up here on the sympathy, and then we'll go with another large one over in here. And that just gives it a little bit of depth too. So there you have today's cards. Simple method using scraps. I hope you enjoyed today's Well Wednesday on Thursday. And don't forget that for the month of July, any purchase you make that is a value of $50, you will receive a bonus coupon of $5 to use to shop in August. Now, we only have a few days left of that. That will end on July 31st. So don't forget, if you want to get an order in, try to get to that $50 level. If you're really close, maybe you'll just go ahead and add an item and you'll have a $5 coupon for free to shop in August. And those coupons will be delivered to you by email. Don't delete the email. You can copy and paste and put those coupon codes right on your order when you place an order. If you don't save emails and you want to print them out, then you can manually add it to your order in August. So thanks again, everyone, for joining me. And don't forget, for Well Wednesday, we need to like and comment, and you'll have a chance to win these two beautiful cards. So both like and comment for your chance to win. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me, and happy stamping. Bye-bye.